Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet will come together. And the knees will kind of hang out to the sides. And we'll place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. All right, so we'll take a moment or two just to arrive and to settle into our environment, which for the next 60 minutes will be the circumference of your yoga mat. More specifically, the circumference of your physical body. So go ahead and fill up your lungs a few times. Nice full inhalations all the way to the lower lobes of the lungs. Try to see if your belly can push upwards a bit. And then contract the belly slightly as you exhale, so you can press all of the air out of your lungs. Each inhale is an opportunity to invite something in. Feel that, feel the reception. And every exhale, the body's natural inborn capacity to give back. So you're paying attention to a natural process. It's the only difference. We're constantly giving, we're constantly receiving. It's part of the human nature. We just want to pay attention to it for these 60 minutes. All right, last thing before we start to move a bit, texture, ujjayi breath, creating friction on the back of your throat. Give it a try. If you're new, narrow the breath to your nostrils and then shrink the back of your throat, kind of like with that swallowing muscle, that glottis muscle. So that when you breathe in and out of your nose through the back of your throat, you should hear a soft whispering sound that should drown out any other distractions that might be going on today. Whether it's sounds or thoughts or anything. All right, so you continue that. I'll keep reminding you simple things like, are you breathing? And we're gonna take a tree pose on our back. So extend your left leg straight forward and reach your arms behind you. You can interlace your fingers, push your palms to the back of the room. Imagine you're standing in this pose, so your left leg starts to really activate. Good, and then extend your right leg forward as well. We're gonna point the toes to the front of the room and give yourself a little arch of your spine. So your tailbone is down, but you're lifting the other ribs up. Beautiful. And then we're gonna flex the ankles the other way. Point your toes to your nose, flatten your back against the ground, so your tailbone's tucking. Reach your arms up and lift your head and shoulders and your legs just a little bit off the ground. Good, let's do this 3 more times. Inhale, reach your arms back, point your toes, arch your back. And as you exhale, crunch a bit. Lift your head and shoulders, lift your legs. Inhale, reach back, warming up. And exhale, flex and lift up. Good, one more time. And we're gonna hold this one and lift the right leg straight up. See if you can lift your head just a little bit higher, reaching to the front of the room. And then go ahead and hold the back of your right leg. Interlace the fingers and rest your head and shoulders down. Opening the hamstring a bit, you can pull the leg towards you. You could also circle your right foot, spread the toes if you'd like. And if you're new to my classes, just know that it's just a highly suggestive class, which means I'm giving you tons of suggestions. These are by no means to be followed exactly. Right? I'll give you tons of options. We're gonna bend the right knee to the chest. We're gonna hold the outer blade of the right foot with the right hand. You might know that this is happy baby pose. Just on your right side though. And stack the ankle above your knee and bring some attention to that left leg. Nice, and then bend your left knee, ground your left foot flat on the floor, and figure 4 your legs. So right ankle crosses above your left knee. Call this thread the needle pigeon on your back. You might hold your left leg here. So when you do this, flex your right ankle, press your right hip a little forward and down. So we're always considering the hips balancing out. This will be more relevant once we do this in a balancing posture. Good, now release that, hug the knees to your chest, take a breath just to feel that subtle difference between sides. And we'll set the feet flat on the ground, Supta Baddha Konasana, how we started. Then tree pose, reach your right leg forward, press your foot against your inner thigh, interlace your fingers, turn your palms inside out, push to the back of the room. Good, and then we'll start to flow a bit. Extend your left leg straight forward, point your toes, arch your back, breathe in. And then flatten your back, crunch, reach up and breathe out. 3 more times. Inhale, point the toes, arch. And exhale, flex and crunch. Sit, inhale, extend. Last one, exhale, lift and hold. Lift your left leg straight up, palms are facing in. Lift a little bit higher, as high as you can. And then hold the back of your left leg, interlace your fingers, and rest your head and shoulders back. But again, I like to circle my ankles, spread the toes, and wake up all those small, subtle, but important areas. Just waking up the hamstring a bit. And then let's address the hip. Bend your left knee to your chest and hold the outer edge of your left foot. Stack the ankle above your knee and anchor your right hip down. Nice, so some of this will be stretching. That comes from the physical, but mostly we want to focus on the releasing aspect, which is happening from the mind, from the ability to stay with the breath. Bend your right knee, flatten your right foot down, and crush your left ankle above your right knee. Thread the needle pigeon, reach through the opening, and take a couple of breaths. All right, and release that. Bring the knees to your chest. You should feel a bit more symmetrical, more even at least. And then let's roll up to seated position. We're gonna come into a yogi squat. Go to the front of your mat or however you'd like to for the first squat of the day. Turn your feet out to 10 and 2 o'clock. You could always separate your feet wider if the heels are not down and place the hands together, heart center. Let's close down the eyes and set an intention for today. So this is obviously a new experience for all of us. You might even take a moment just to realize the importance of this moment, the potential of a platform like this in a time like this. Just take a full breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Let's take a deep breath in for Om. Om. Release your hands down to the ground. Forward fold. Turn your feet into parallel. So be at the front of your mat here in a forward fold. Hang your head, and I'll advise hold your elbows and just relax into your legs so the legs can stay strong. Nice. Catherine, relax your neck a little bit more. Maria, swing a little left and right. And see if you can distribute more weight in the fronts of your feet. Beautiful. Change the cross of your arms. Take a couple more breaths. Let's say we're going to release the hands down to the ground. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Runner's lunge. Right knee over right ankle. Heart pulls forward. Drop your left knee to the ground, scoot it back a half an inch. And then come on up with your arms up to the sky. Nice. Take the right hand to the right hip. So we're moving laterally. Reach your left arm up and over to the right side of the room. As you hug your inner thighs in, use that to rebound that energy up through the left fingertips. So in a sense, we're just recycling energy. We're using the ground to reach higher and higher. Good, let's reach both arms up here. Breathe in. Bend your elbows as you breathe out. And lean back a little bit more. We'll take one more inhale here. And hands down to the ground, exhale. Tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee up. We're gonna lean all the weight in the front foot. Come into this weird pose here, flamenco pose we call it. Both knees are bent. Focus on the right hip and try to draw the right hip back a little bit more. And if you feel like you want a little bit of a challenge, lift your hands off the floor. Notice how I said, if you want that challenge. Good, hands to the ground, and then straighten both legs. Okay? Hang your head a little lower. We'll take one more breath here and set the left foot next to the right foot. Let's step the right foot to the back of your mat, runner's lunge. Press your feet down, heart pulls forward. And then gently drop your right knee down and scoot it back a little bit. Come up with your arms on Janeyasana. Good, take the left hand on your left hip, reach up, big inhale, and then lean to the left as you exhale. Focus and concentration, it's the name of the game. Just keep paying attention. Okay? Both arms come up, big inhale here. Bend your elbows, exhale, which will influence more of a back bend. Even leaning back more. And then hands to the floor, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, all the weight in your front foot, flamenco pose. Lift your back leg heel to butt. So now we're steering the left hip back counterclockwise. And then straightening, or actually last couple breaths, if you want to lift your hands off the ground, feel free to do that. Nice, and then hands down, start to straighten both of your legs, standing splits. Flirt with lifting your back leg just a little higher. And then set the right foot next to your left. Good, hands to your shins. Pull your chest forward, lengthen your spine. Good, step the left foot to the back of your mat. We're gonna come to a plank position. Keep your right foot lifted if you can, just an inch. Take a couple of breaths and press through your arms. Index fingers point forward. Slide round to your upper back. And then we'll set the right foot down. Feet together, roll onto the outer left foot and take your right arm up, side plank pose. Guys, consider setting the left knee down if you need to. You can always modify downwards to decrease intensity. Good, and then right hand down. Forearm plank, lower your elbows down to the ground. So guys, we're going a little slower at first, building up the stability, the heat. Try to protract around your shoulder blades, your upper back. Your butt's gonna lift just a little higher. And then inhale, Sphinx pose. Lower your hips to the ground, drop your knees, and untuck your toes, please. Beautiful, release your head down to the ground. Slide your hands back a bit. Thumbs by your upper ribs. And then walk your hands wider. So off the sides of your mat, come up to your fingertips and start to lift your chest. So inhale, like cobra on your fingertips, elbows are pointed up. Exhale, release down. 2 more times. Inhale, cobra at number 2. Exhale, release. 1 more to do. Inhale, rolling up through your spine. Exhale, releasing down. Child's pose. Push the hips to your heels, open the knees, and take 2 to 3 breaths. Forehead down. All right, increasing the momentum, hands and knees. Hands a little bit out in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes. First down dog today. Lift your knees and drive your hips up and back. Feel free to pedal out the legs on this first one. A little adjustment though, drive your triceps downward. Use the inner hand to spiral that action from the upper arm bone. Knees can be bent here to find more length in your trunk. Good, bring the right knee to your nose. And as light as you can, step your right foot forward. So this crescent pose, raise your arms all the way up. Shift some of your weight back into your left leg and lengthen the tailbone down best you can. Remember how balancing happens in the hips. Well, it happens with your breath first. So as you inhale, lean forward halfway, lift your back leg, exhale, warrior 3. You can draw the hands to your heart here, or continue to reach forward. Now, if you can, I want you to start to tilt your head lower to the ground and lift your back leg higher to the sky. You can use your hands on the floor if you need to. And then flamenco without your hands if they're not on the ground. Bend both of your knees. Place your hands down. Set your left foot next to your right. Inhale, hands to shins to lengthen your spine. Step the right foot to the back of your mat, plank position. Maybe you keep the left foot lifted just a little bit. Resist the floor. And push the floor away from you. Make your left leg a little longer. With both feet down. This time we'll roll onto the outer blade of the right foot, left arm to the sky. Side plank pose. Good, you can always modify one side if just one side needs help. You don't have to do the exact same thing on both sides all the time. Left hand down, forearm plank. We'll come here one more time. Inner thighs rolling up. But for today, I want you to round your upper back as much as you can. And then looking forward, drop your hips, knees, and toes. Inhale into Sphinx. And exhale, release. Find your cobra hands. We go a little bit wider. Fingertips, inhale, roll up through your spine. And exhale, release. 2 more times. Inhale, just warming up the back. And exhale, let it go. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, release. This time, tuck your toes. Plank if you can. Inhale, press up. Down dog, exhale, hips back. Let's take a few more breaths. Pulling belly to spine. Creating a sense of buoyancy, a sense of lightness. So it kind of feels like downward facing dog is doing you. You're not really doing the downward facing dog. Hug the left knee to your chest. Round your spine as light as you can. Step your left foot forward. Reach your arms up, crescent pose. I like to bend my back knee here so that my hip flexor tightness doesn't pull my torso forward. Try it. Lengthen your tail down and then work your right leg as straight as comfortable. That left hip continues to draw back as we inhale. Lean forward halfway. As we exhale, lift your back leg up, maybe hands to the heart, warrior 3. All right, accept it. Self-acceptance. It's like the root of yoga. Accept the fall. Embrace all the moments. Like a teeter-totter, see if you can get your head a little bit lower. Meanwhile, lift your back leg a little higher. The hands could be down here if you need. And then bend both knees, flamenco. Hands down, step the right foot next to your left. Hands to shins, pull the chest forward and lengthen. Hands to hip bones, and we'll stand all the way up. Good, take your arms down by your sides. Tadasana, palms face forward. Close the eyes, take 3 breaths, and just feel. Nice, here we go. Inhale, reach your arms up, sun salutation A. Forward fold on your exhale, hinge from your hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, fingertips or shins. Step to plank pose. If you want to jump back, go ahead. We're gonna lower down with the elbows in. Inhale, cobra, hands can stay where they are. Or upward facing dog, legs powerful. Downward facing dog as you exhale. You're gonna take 3 cycles of breath. So then these power stronger classes in 60 minutes, sometimes we pick up the pace. If you ever feel rushed, I prefer you rest in child's pose. Start to lift your heels up high. As you inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, float, or jump lightly in front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, forward fold. We're in a rhythm here. Stand up and reach up, big inhale. Hands to your heart on your exhale. Let's go again. Inhale, raise your arms. Maybe look up and watch the palms kiss. Forward fold, exhale, hinge from your hips. Inhale, fingers down or hands on shins. Step or float the feet back and lower down, elbows stay in. Inhale, it's like you're surfing oxygen, gentle back bend. Downward facing dog, hips up and back again. Beautiful, Zoe. So you can wrap your shoulders away from your ears, press through your fingertips, try to bring your sacrum a little closer to the ceiling. Nice, and then with your heels lifting, I say Z, knees bending, inhale. Look forward, stepping or floating over the exhale front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, forward bow. Standing and sweeping, arms rising overhead. And hands to your heart center, exhale. Okay, let's do one more. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Forward fold, exhale as you swan dive. Inhale, lengthen, synchronize, breath and movement. Step or float back and lower down at your own pace. Inhale, open up the heart space. Down dog, exhale, strong arms and legs, but a soft face. Nice, start to feel the circulation, that energy pumping through your body. And let's make it to the front of the mat again with your heels high. Bend the knees, step, float, or fly to the front of your space. Inhale, lengthening out. And exhale, folding in. And standing up, reaching up higher than you have all day. And hands to your heart. Good. Let's place the hands to the hips and keep it going here. We're going to lift the right knee up to the chest. Keep the left hip in, turn the knee out to the side. Pull the foot up against your inner left thigh. Feel the root of the tree. Raise your arms up when you're ready. See if you can pick one place to focus your eyes. And then see if without moving your eyes, you can see everything around that spot. That broad, divergent focus. Good, point the right knee forward again. Hands to hips, and we'll switch. Set your right foot down. Lift the left knee up to your chest. Turn the left knee out. Feel the mobility. And then grab the foot and explore the flexibility as you place the foot against the inner thigh. And then raise your arms up to the sky. Nice, right hip is pinning in and back. Right at the center of the pelvis, reaching the arms higher to lift your waist. Nice, pretty sweet. Let's bring the left knee forward, hands to hips, and set the left foot down. Chair pose, if you're unfamiliar, start to bend your knees and raise your arms up. So it's like you're sitting in a chair. Pull your hips away from your fingertips. Nice, beautiful. Yeah, I don't think you can go any lower than that, Sunny. Nice job, Juliana. See if you can go just a little bit deeper. Alicia, lengthen your tail down if you can. We'll take one more breath here, and then hands down, forward fold. Gorgeous. Lengthen the spine on your inhale. Step, step, or float back through the vinyasa, lower slow. You can always skip these vinyasas if you get a little fatigued, or it feels just too redundant for you. Beautiful. All right, so I'll get a little bit more meticulous here. Lift your right leg back this time. And bring the right knee to your nose. Look at your right thumb. See if you can step right next to your right thumb tip. Once you've done that, spin your back heel flat on the ground and angle your back toes in a little bit, say 10 o'clock. Warrior one, raise your arms all the way up to the sun. And then keep coming back to the breath here. Even though I'm giving all these cues and instructions, just pay more attention just to that process of respiration. Back leg stays strong. Circle the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Take a nice breath in, lift your chin. Humble warrior. We're gonna fold over the right leg or inside of the leg. Continue to draw the right hip back. And see if you can get your head so heavy, it's almost like you're doing a headstand on it. Good, hands down, right back to downward facing dog, just step back. Lift your left leg behind you. Knee to nose, look at your left thumb. Step as close to the left thumb tip as you can. Spin your back heel flat on the ground. We'll angle the toes in to about 2 o'clock. And then we'll reach up, warrior one. So the anchor here is your right foot. Make that the primary anchor. Circle the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Take a nice extra breath in to lift your chest. And like a slow motion whip, start to fold over your leg. So the crown of your head is the tail of the whip. It drops last. And that's an anchor too. The crown of your head and also the left hip drawing back. Nice. Let's move on. Hands to the ground, downward facing dog. We're going to separate the feet shoulder width, a little wider for most of us. Walk the hands back to your feet. So you're at the back of your yoga mat. Parahastasana, lift your toes. And try to slide the hands as far under the bottoms of your feet as you can. This is about your wrists, not your hamstrings. So you might bend the knees a little bit more. Yeah, nice, Rory. Micro adjustments. Check your neck. See if there's any unnecessary tension there. Good, let's release the hands out from the feet. We're gonna heel toe the feet together until they meet. Bend your knees, chair pose, remember that. Sink your hips down and raise your arms. Your favorite pose, one-legged chair. Lift your right knee up to your chest. Just do your best. Remember that left hip is drawing back counterclockwise. Nice. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee here, figure 4. Kind of like we did earlier, but you're going to sink deeper. Hands to your heart center. Leaning forward enough so you feel a deeper stretch. Some of you might hook your forearms over your right leg. Sure, if you know the arm balance, you can place your hands down and go ahead and go for that. We have about 4 to 5 breaths. Or you might just place your hands on the floor. Inviting in the new. But first, letting go what we don't need. Nice. We'll start to come out the way we came in, hands to heart. Eventually, arms up, right knee to your chest. And switch, right foot comes down. Lift your left knee up to your chest, one-legged chair. So you can just be with this moment, even if slightly uncomfortable. That's it. Lift the knee higher to cross the ankle, right at the knee, then pull your hips back even further. I like to start with the hands to the heart. Then it takes pressure off the spine as you lean forward. And then you can decide, do I want to place my hands down? Do I want to reach them forward? Am I in the mood to practice an arm balance today? And treating every moment like there's infinite possibility, even though you might have done this pose 1,000 times. Last 2 breaths. Nice. Start to come all the way back up. Raise your arms, lift your knee to your chest. And this time, let's relax into Tadasana and take the hands to the hips. All right, so let's go ahead and step the left foot forward. It doesn't really matter which foot you step forward since we're not in a classroom. So turn your foot in, make sure you have a wide stance like so. Open your arms out to the sides with your feet parallel. Good. Let's stay in the hips here. We're going to turn the right toes out. That'll open that right hip. And then bend the right knee 90 degrees, warrior 2. Nice. And then see if you can find that proprioception where you're basically stacking the crown of your head over your tailbone. Some of us, that feels like we're drawing back more. That's it. Place your right forearm on your right thigh and raise your left arm up to the sky. Now, it's the only time we'll be in this pose today. So if some of you have the itch to bring your hand to the floor, go ahead and do that here. Take your left hand behind your back or a half bind. You can wrap the inner thigh if you prefer. Full bind is totally your call. If you're interested, connect your hands. Either way, continue to feel the energy pull upward, the back leg pressing downward, and then the crown of your head towards the front of your room. That's it. Left arm up. Slow as possible. Warrior 2. Pressing up slow, slow, slow. Slower. Beautiful. Last inhale. Straighten your right leg. Exhale. Turn your right foot in parallel to feet. Switch legs. Turn your left toes out. Bend your left knee up to 90 degrees. And take a few breaths. If you're a little newer, make sure the knee doesn't buckle in. Continue to press the knee out over the pinky toe side of your foot. And then same legs. Left forearm to left thigh, side angle, Parsva Konasana, right arm to the sky. And remember, this is the only time you'll be in this pose today, at least in this hour. Reach down if you want to go a little further. and slip the right hand behind your back. And then use that hand as leverage. Turn your rib cage towards the ceiling. Connect the hands if you want, and maintain a breath that would be similar to a breath you would have in a child's pose. As slow as you can, raise your right arm up and start to press up. Warrior 2, slow. Nice, Zoe. And straighten your left leg. Turn the left foot in. So a little deeper into the shoulders. Hold your elbows behind you, opposite elbows, or reverse prayer. If you can do that, palms together is fine. Start to lean forward on an exhalation, bending the knees as much as you need to come down. And kind of like we did in that first forward fold, try shifting some of your weight to the fronts of your feet. Nice, and a few of you even have your head on the ground, so you can use the strength of your neck. Good, release your hands down. You have about half a minute to either walk your hands out in front of you, like a wide-legged down dog, or walk them underneath you, if you prefer that. Those of you who have a headstand practice to practice safely in your room, don't have a dog and cat knocking you over, feel free to headstand here. Walk your hands back just in front of you, just barely. And then we're going to heel toe the feet closer together, about half the distance that they are now. Bend your knees and turn the feet out. So the right toes face the right, the left toes face the left. And we'll place the hands against the inner thighs and shift a little left and right. You can also alternate into twisting, dipping your right shoulder down, looking to the left. And then switching, looking to the right. Nice. Goddess pose. Raise your arms up to the sky. If you have your calf muscles with you today, lift your heels up. Take a few breaths to sink as deep as you want. Nice, and then we'll stand all the way up, hands to your hips. Step up to the front of your yoga mat. Eagle pose. Bend the knees a little bit. We're going to take the right leg over the left leg. So if you struggle a lot in this, just have your toes on the floor like a kickstand. Wrap your right arm under your left arm. Lift your elbows up. And maybe tuck the right foot behind the calf as you hug everything into the midline. Good. Last few breaths. If you want to lean forward, flex your spine. Start to slowly but surely come all the way back up. Release into Tadasana. And then just alternate weight one foot to the other. Shake it out if you need. And we'll switch sides. A little bend to the knees to start. Lift your left leg, drape the leg over your right. Kickstand if you're modifying. Left arm under the right arm. Elbows lift up. And the foot can tuck behind the calf if it's possible. Then only lean forward if you feel like your balance is up for it today. Good, take your time here. start to come all the way back up. Tadasana. All right, we're gonna do a version of Surya Namaskara B. We're just gonna do 2 rounds. See if you can follow me. Front of your mat, chair pose on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Step or jump back, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale the cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift your right leg back, inhale. Warrior 1, step by your thumb. Back heel flat, reach up, big inhale. Hands behind you, exhale for today. Inhale, lift your heart. Bow over your leg on your exhale. Back to warrior 1 this time. Inhale, arms up. Maybe lean back. Chaturanga, hands to the floor. Step back and lower slow at your own tempo. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg back in. Step front of your mat, exhale. Back heel down, reach up, inhale, warrior 1. Hands behind you, exhale. Inhale, collarbone spread. Exhale, fold and bow your head. Inhale, back to the top, maybe palms touch. Plank to chaturanga or skip it, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Nice, give it a few full cycles of breath here. Heart's pumping for me. That means the demands for oxygen have increased. All right, one more round. We're gonna go heels lifting. Inhale, knees bending, look forward. That's where you're going, stepping or jumping to the front. Inhale, lengthen, don't rush. Forward fold and actually relax. Chair pose, sink the hips down, reaching up. Stand up, hands to your heart. I see you, Parks, nice job. Back to chair pose, inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, lengthen, anything you can imagine. Step or float back and lower down with your strength. Inhale, the back bend includes some length. Down dog, exhale. Here we go, right leg back, inhale. Step to the front of your mat on your exhale. Warrior 1, reach up vibrantly. Hands behind your back, binding. Extra inhale to arch your spine. Bow forward on your exhale. Climbing back up to the mountain, reach up. Chaturanga or skip it, Vinyasa, lower slow. Cobra or up dog, feel the rhythm of your flow. Down dog, hips high, head low. Last side, inhale, lift your left leg behind. Step to the front of your mat, exhale. Inhale, reach up, go at your own pace. Hands behind you, interlaced. Inhale, heart space lifts. Nice, Sunny. Bow forward on your exhale. Inhale, back to the top. Say goodbye, hands to the floor. Chaturanga through your last vinyasa if you want it. Nice, you guys. As much as I'd love to take a break, we have a couple last standing poses to do. Lift your right leg back. We're gonna step to the front of the mat, crescent pose. Reach your arms all the way up. Lean forward as you exhale, hands to heart. We're gonna twist to the right here. Hook your left elbow outside of your right leg. And I want you to feel the left hip flexor, the front of your left thigh, lifting up a bit. The key is pressing your knee a little bit more against your arm. Some of you like to spread your arms. You're welcome to bind the hands if that's your practice today. Nice. We're going to come up through crescent pose first. Big inhale. Last warrior 2. Go ahead and spin your back heel flat and spread your arms. Check it out. We're gonna straighten the right leg. Reach the right arm up. Left hand to your left leg. Reverse your triangle pose. So much length you can find on the right side of your body. Nice. As we come back to center, triangle pose. I'll always suggest shortening your stance. Heel toe your back foot in just a little bit more. And we're gonna reach as far as possible over the toes. Good, right hand down. Make sure the legs are not locked. And raise your left arm up. Nice, so this qualifies as a hip opener for the right leg. Can you feel that from the hip joint? How it's turning out away from you. Good, now in this order, place the left hand on your left hip and then look down in front of your right foot. Awesome, Maria. Bend your right knee and start to walk your right hand forward. You gotta lift your back leg off the ground and find your balance for half moon. Yeah, if we were in a studio, I'd say maybe grab a block here. If you don't have one, just use the floor or a book. And then reach your left arm higher. More cowbell in that left leg, Rory. Yes. You want to kung fu kick that leg like Bruce Lee, not Sarah Lee. Come on. Nice. Gently place your hands down, square your hips. Hang your head a little bit lower. Check it out. We're going to drop step the left foot to the back of the mat. Drop the left knee down. We're going to go into a half split. Straighten your right leg. Some of you might need to slide your right foot forward here. Approaching a deeper split. Just make it personal. Good. Start to mosey back to downward facing dog. No rush. However you want to get there is fine. Feel free to add a vinyasa. We'll move on in 3 breaths. Lift your left leg behind. Step forward as you exhale. Crescent pose. Inhale, raise your arms up. Lean forward and twist as you exhale. Hook your right elbow outside of your left knee or thigh. Nice, so from the outside in, right? It's kind of how we approach this posture. So once you align the body, the bones, the muscles, the intensity, can you soften somewhere? Can you relax and release? Can you clear out for the new? Good, inner thighs in as we come back to crescent, breathe in. Warrior 2 as you exhale, back heel flat. Straighten your left leg, left arm up. Right hand to your right leg gently, slide it down your left leg, reversing triangle pose. And then triangle pose. Again, a lot of us will need to do this. Heel toe your back foot in a little closer. And then kick your left hip back and reach to infinity and beyond your toes. Put your left hand down and hold your leg. Raise your right arm up. So it's like body language, right? We look at flowers and from their body language, we know exactly what they need. And some of you guys are wilting flowers right now. Some of you are vibrantly shining towards the sun. Give yourself oxygen, right? The common denominator of life. Good, and again, in this order, right hand to the right hip, look down in front of your left toes. As you bend your left knee, crawl the left hand forward enough to lift your right leg up. Call it half moon pose. There is no perfect transition. Just perfect people. You're in a star shape, right arms vibrantly reaching up. Falling stars make a wish. Awesome, Juliana. A little bit more in that right leg if you can. All right. Hands to the floor, square your hips. A brief moment in standing splits before we explore a half split. Drop step the right foot to the back of your mat. Land your right knee down. I would scoot my right knee back a little bit more. And then straighten out your left leg. Those of you who have pets, you'll notice the more relaxed you become, your pets are actually, they feel that. They're like, oh, they want to play now. Nice, give yourself a few breaths.
Inside my heart a little while.
Good. We're going to come back to our last down dog today. Let's place the elbows down for down dog. So you're in a dolphin pose. Okay. So the length of your arms is now shorter, so you need to shorten your stance a little bit. This is basically what it would feel like to do down dog with short, tiny little arms. If you can lift your right leg back, lift your right leg back. Switch right foot down and lift your left leg back. And drop the foot, child's pose. Drop your knees. Reach your arms behind you as long as that's comfortable. Backs of your hands on the floor. Classical child's pose.
Out of the mouth comes the water, out of the earth came a dove.
Experience this transitional moment.
All I hear is to forgive.
Let go of the control. Soften your expectations. Nice job. Reach your arms forward, hands and knees tabletop. We're going to move into pigeon pose. So you're going to lift your right leg back and step your right foot forward like a number 7. Slide your left knee back even more. Lift the breast of your pigeon up. And then start to fold over the leg.
Can you feel it? Let it come full circle.
Nice, check your hands. Notice there's nothing being held. Acknowledge the jaw. So go ahead and come up to your hands. We're going to lean to the right and circle the left leg around to the front of the mat. So you're seated with the soles of your feet together, kind of how we started. You can sit on a cushion or something if this is a bit much for you. Otherwise, press your sits bones down, lift your heart high, and then lean forward until you find resistance. Don't find resistance, walk your hands forward. If you find it, breathe into it. Anytime we fold forward, it's like a mudra for your body. It's a sign of surrender.
Everything that has ever happened. Life is everything we can imagine, laid out in patterns of pain and passion. You cannot control it, so keep your compassion.
Let's release the feet. Pigeon on the other side. You're already set up for it on your left side. Just lean to your left, swing the right leg behind you, be on the center of your back knee. You scoot the knee back. I like to lift the heart really high so the front of the body expands. Then sometimes I come down onto my forearms, make a pillow with my hands. I notice sometimes I hold more control on the left side. This isn't a practice about getting it right. It's just about noticing, paying attention. Ultimately, the effects can be quite invigorating. The residual effect of being able to listen to what you actually want. Being able to hold a conversation where you're actually interested in listening. Amazing. Let's start to come up. We're going to circle the right leg around to the front of the mat. You go soles of the feet together again. We're going to close the knees together. Separate your feet, hands on the floor. Lift your hips, upward facing table pose. Good. Come on down. We're going to do it one more time. If you want to go a little bit further, it's a little more challenging. Legs straight, toes together. Fingers point to the back of the room. Lift your hips. Purvottanasana. Lower your hips down, reach your arms up, legs straight this time. Fold over other legs. Last couple breaths here. Let's release the feet. Slowly roll all the way down to your back. Last couple minutes before we fully rest, you guys. Let's do one more back bend. Your choice, bridge pose. Bend your knees, set your feet flat on the ground, hips to shoulder width apart, or upward facing bow wheel pose. If you're in bridge, I'll coach that. Lift your hips off the ground, lengthening your tail towards the front. Hold the edges of your yoga mat with your fingers underneath and the thumbs on top. And so you can kind of shrug the shoulder blades together, triceps under you. You could always interlace the fingers if you prefer that. 5 breaths here if you want to come up taller. Otherwise, full abundance of oxygen here. Breathe it in. It's like medicine. It knows exactly what to do.
There is a light, it never goes out. There is a light. There is a light.
Beautiful. Last inhale if you're still up. As you exhale, lower all the way down. Gently, keyword, hug the knees to your chest. Might rock a little side to side. Good. You can keep the knees to your chest here or lift your legs up, plow pose, plant your palms. Rock your hips back and forth until your hips are all the way directly over your heart. Otherwise, just keep the knees to your chest.
There is a light, it never goes out. There is a light.
If you went upside down, slowly start to roll all the way back to the ground. And cross your right leg over your left, knees together. Scoot your butt a little to the right and twist. Drop your knees to the left. So we did all this opening of the hips, this wide-legged posture, asana-related anatomical work today. Now feel those inner thighs together, creating an energetic counter. Let's come back to center, untangle the legs, untangle them back the other way if you did it on the other side. Switch your butt a little off to the other way to twist. Nice. See if you can go a little deeper without any force.
It never goes out.
And then we'll come back to center. We'll take happy baby on both feet, the final active pose today. Let's release the feet and find our final resting pose. If you're unfamiliar, we call this one Shavasana. You release the legs out in front of you. You release the arms down by your sides, maybe a little out as well. Palms up. You can tilt your chin slightly, just slightly upward, so that the throat chakra is a bit more open. The heart feels propped up as well. Let's take one last inhale, conscious inhale, big full breath here. Hold it in. Sipping in a little more if you can. And then go ahead and release it out of your mouth. Okay, so this is your opportunity and to reset your vibrational or emotional set point. It's like every time we unroll our mat and practice, we have a certain amount of stress and tension that we're willing to release. And as you continue to develop your practice, show up more often with consistency, with pure alignment of intention, and before you know it, that vibrational or emotional set point will reset in ways that you might not have thought were possible. So allow your body to deeply receive Shavasana. Feeling the earth beneath you, the support. Tuning into the air that surrounds you. It's in constant fluctuation. Feeling the warmth, the heat, the fire, the passion that burns inside. The fluidity of water with your thoughts, not adhering or attaching or identifying with any one specific thought. If you'd like to move, simply reach your arms over your head, point your toes kind of like we did early on. And allow the knees to bend and roll over to either side that you prefer. Then we'll close the practice in a seated position. So as you press your way up into that final seated position, you can take a moment to close your eyes and place the hands together in front of your heart. With devotion, gratitude, you might remind yourself of any intentions that you previously set, or any dedications. And just letting this imprint of this muscle memory of how you feel, your natural self. Let's chant the sound of Om 3 times to seal today's practice. Full breath in. Om. 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 May all beings be happy and free. Namaste.